Mathematical Thinkers Like Me project seeks to develop our Black and Brown students' identities as mathematical thinkers. Our theory of action has coherence and justification that's achieved through our focus on the development of student voice. By student voice, we mean the rich ways in which students' thinking, experience, and representations are the source of meaning-making, retention, and connection. Centering students' voices leads to growth in knowledge, identity, and agency. Through the focus on student voice, we work toward our three objectives of strengthening executive functions, developing conceptual understanding, and fostering equity in a coordinated way. The online collaborative problem-solving environment provides the context for cultivating student voice in relation to all three objectives. For example, the effort to get good at collaborative practices draws attention to and provides a motivated, relevant context for strengthening students' executive functions in practice. We also see that the same collaborative problem-solving makes student thinking accessible, accountable, and focal, and positions the students to build their own mathematical understanding. When combined with reflective practices such as storytelling, the MLM activities expand the experience of doing mathematics and support the students to develop their identities and achievements as mathematical thinkers. All of that work is centered on the development and support of student voice. What's the teacher's role, and what's the process by which you facilitate accomplishing those objectives using that environment? We borrow from three pedagogical approaches, just in time, as we encounter issues that need to be addressed in order to achieve each objective. Culturally responsive teaching reflects commitment to students' local knowledge and sociocultural experiences and has resulted in practices that address issues of bias and justice and build relevance for each and every learner. Practices from complex instruction support effective group work and attention to issues of power and status as students seek to improve their executive functions in practice. And productive failure contributes sequencing of lesson activities and instructional practices that help teachers orchestrate the student voices in productive mathematical conversations and consolidate student understanding. A key driver for the teacher centering of student voice is the facilitation of interest, moving students from initial triggered engagement to sustained and developed interest. There is a virtuous cycle where developing interest will lead to more time with challenging mathematics, which, in turn, engages executive functions, leading to more interest in the content. This student voice-based approach is supported by the research on interest and the application of constructivism, sociocultural theory, and critical theory to math education. It is through the cultivation and support for student voice that mathematical thinkers like me will achieve our three objectives and success in math for our students of color in particular.